Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you all? Alhamdulillah. Yes, I'm also doing fine. Uh, Alhamdulillah, we are today we are going to do lessons, second lesson um, for in our series of lessons for learning Arabic grammar. And before before beginning our lesson 2, let's do a quick recap from lesson 1. Yes. Okay, so in lesson 1, what did we do? We learned 3 types of words in Arabic, right? And what are those? Yes, fail, ism, and harf. And what's important about fail? Fail, like in a sentence, if we see an action is going on, or action is there with the mention of time, like action is going on in the present, or it is in the present, or it happened in the past, or it's going to be there in the future. Action plus time. So if the action is mentioned with the mention of time, then it's fail. So both the things have to be there, action plus time. And then we learned about ism and harf. Harf is a word that doesn't make sense on its own, but it only makes sense if it is followed by another word. And for practical purposes, if you in Arabic, any word that is not a fail or an ism, then it's a harf. If you find for example, if you find a word in Arabic and you examine that, you ask yourself first, is it a fail? Look at the word and translation. Is it action? Okay, if it's an action, is it telling you time also? Then it's a fail. Okay, but if it's not an action, then you ask, is it an ism? Second step, is it an ism? Then you ask yourself, is it a type of ism? Like whether it's a name of a person, place, animal, or thing, or the name of an idea, or it's an adjective, or is it a pronoun, or is it an adverb? So all these are ism, right? So now you have examined you have examined the word, and if it's not fail, suppose you come across a word which is neither fail nor ism, then it's a harf. Okay, so parts of a speech, and we also learned like we did we compare the parts of a speech in English with Arabic, and we came to know that all nouns are ism in Arabic. All pronouns are also considered ism. All adverbs are ism. All adjectives are ism also. And verb, simply if we see an action word somewhere, we cannot say that it's a fail until there is a mention of time. Okay. And then for preposition, yes, that's a harf. And prepositions and conjunctions are also harf, right? So there are 2 types of so far we learned that prepositions and conjunctions are harf. And conjunctions, we know that the word like and, or, but, while, therefore. So, so also, so the word so is conjunction. So these are also harf. And last time we did this, these sentences. So we know she is pronoun, so it's an ism, and wrote is telling me the action that happened in past. So action plus time. So it's a fail. Interesting. Interesting is the quality of story, right? So defining the story. So interesting is adjective, and so adjectives are ism. So it's an ism. Okay. He was riding a bike. He, again, pronoun, ism, was riding. Okay. Was riding means action was happening in the past. So action happening in the past, it's a fail. Bike, again, ism, name of an object. Okay. Their pronoun, ism. Okay. 60 seconds. Adjective, again, ism. 1 minute. Quantitative adjective, right? So again, ism. Sun is ism. Rises. Rises is telling you that it's present indefinite tense, right? So it's present. So it's a fail. Time is also mentioned. So all these sentences we did last time. I gave you example of first 4 sentences, and then these are extra sentences. You can do it on your own, inshallah. And let's go to the next lesson. So in today's lesson, we are going to learn 4 properties of an ism. So far, we learned that there are 3 types of words in Arabic: ism, fail, and harf. And now we are focusing on ism. So we are going to do ism studies from now on. We are going to learn details about ism. Okay. So today we are studying properties of an ism. Property means a characteristic or an aspect of a person, like a quality of a person or thing. Like big room, big is the quality of that room. Brave soldier, brave is the quality of that soldier. One book, one is defining book. So one is the quality or characteristic of that book. So for let's like, how many properties of an ism? 4 properties. So defining like explaining the 4 properties, let's take an example. Okay, suppose you are at home and a person knocks at your door. Before opening the door, you ask, right, who is this? He says John, or any person, right? So, like Salman. Okay, he says Salman. Then you peep through the hole and see he's alone. Okay. In the meantime, your mom or dad opens the door and he says, I'm a sales representative. We are offering a free pest control service. Okay, you got the scene? So at this moment, when the door opens and he says, I'm a sales representative. So what information have you gathered about that person? he told his name, John. So his name is John, which is a proper name. Okay. And you saw him alone. So he is just one person. That's the number of that person, right? And he is male, gender of that person. And what is he doing? He is a sale representative, right? He is doing door-to-door selling. He is selling pest control services. So we know now, we know 4 things about that person: the name, his name, and how many person are there, 1 person, his gender, and his job or role. Okay. Now take another example. This picture. Okay. Look at this picture. So what do you see? 2 elephants, right? Elephants. Okay. So elephants are there. Again, a number, there are 2. Okay. And suppose male or female. Suppose probably one baby is baby elephant is girl, then 2 females, or one baby boy and a mom. So 1 male and 1 female. What are they doing? Playing in the field, right? So they are elephants, but elephant is a common noun, right? In previous example, his name was John, and that's a proper noun, right? So either a common noun or proper noun, the name of that ism, right? And then you see the number of that ism, then gender of ism, and then the role of that ism, the role or status of that ism. You got it? So far, so in these 2 examples, we came to know that there can be 4 details about an ism, or there can be 4 properties of an ism. So ism can be described in terms of various properties or characteristics. Or you can say that these properties or characteristics are different aspects of an ism. Okay. In Arabic grammar, okay. So far we learned that 4 different properties: the status, the role that ism is playing, then the number of that ism, then the gender of that ism. So if it's a real person, like a human or an animal, then we can real gender, like we can say male and female, like boy and girl, men and women. But if the ism is an inanimate object, it's not real, like a pencil or a book or a ship. So that's that we call masculine and feminine. So overall, when we assign a gender in grammar, we use masculine and feminine. Okay, we use the word masculine and feminine. Then comes type. So type can be either common noun or proper noun. Okay. One more thing. In number, one important thing that that we should focus also, that in English and in most other languages like Urdu, in English and Urdu, we have only 2 types of numbers. Like a thing can be either singular or plural, right? A noun can be a noun can be singular or plural, right? But in Arabic, there are 3 types of number. singular, dual, and plural. Like one book, two book, three or more books, 3+ books. Okay, like one room, two rooms, three or more rooms. So in Arabic, there are 3 kinds of number. Okay, so far up till now, we discussed that there are 4 properties of an ism, and they are status, number, gender, and type. Got it? So you just remember that these 4 properties are very important, and just keep in mind, like keep rehearsing these 4 types: status, number, gender, type. Status, number, gender, type. And remember, we are learning about ism. So ism has 4 properties. So status, number, gender, type. When we describe an ism, we describe the status of that ism, we describe the number of that ism, we describe the gender of that ism, and we also mention or describe the type of that ism. Got it? Okay, so further down, we are going to focus on the first thing, this first property, which is status. So we are now focusing or concentrating on the status, this one. Okay. So what is a status? In our previous example, we discussed that, and we discussed that status is the position of an ism in a sentence, or status is the role an ism plays in a sentence, right? And in Arabic, status is called Arab. Okay, Arab of that ism. It is okay. So status is usually denoted by the movement or harka at the last letter of a word. Last letter of a word. When I say last letter of a word, it means, let me show you. When I say last letter of a word, it means if you are looking at particularly Lafz Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala name, Lafz Jalala. So the last letter is this one. Last letter is this one. For Rahman, last letter is Noon. For Rahim, last letter is Meem. So the haraka or the movement are these: Fatha, Dhamma, Kasra. This is Kasra. And hold on. This is Dhamma. And Fatha is this. Okay. So Dhamma, in other words, you can say Dhamma is pesh. Fatha is Zabar, and Kasra is Zair. Okay. Usually the last movement or the last 3 letters determine the status of an ism. Okay, let's look at the following example. So we are learning about different status of an ism. Zainab washed a shirt. Zainab is the name of a person, so it's an ism. Okay, washed, fi'l, because action plus time in the past. A shirt is ism, right? Zainab is, oh, okay. Who is the doer here? Zainab. Okay, so Zainab is an ism and she is a doer. Okay, shirt is an ism and shirt is also the object. Okay. So what did she wash? Zainab washed a shirt. She washed a shirt. So that's the detail about the action or object, direct object. Okay. Zad made a chair. Who is the doer here? Zad. And what is the object or the detail about the action? Chair, right? A book of mine is missing, right? A book of different kind of sentence. A book of mine is missing. So what is the doer or the subject here? Main thing that we are talking about. Book, right? Book is missing. So book is the subject here. Okay. Who is the owner? The owner of the book? Mine. So I'm the owner, right? So there are two positions over here, doer and owner. Okay, owner of the book and doer of the action. Okay, now this rooster is beautiful. This is simple sentence. Do you find a fail here? No, you don't find a fail here. So doer is not there. Okay, but this sentence is about, something. Okay, so this sentence is about rooster. So rooster is the subject here. Then another sentence. Last night they were watching a movie. So there was an action going on, right? Was an action going on, fail. Were watching. Were watching is fail. So who were watching? Doer of an action? They were watching, right? And what they were watching? Movie. Movie is the object or the detail about the action. And another detail is here. Last night. When was the action going on? So when, again, a detail about the action. So there are two details over here. Last night and movie. Got it? So two details here. Then another sentence. The campers quickly packed their stuff in the morning. Okay. So let's just focus on this part of the sentence. The campers quickly packed their stuff in the morning, right? So packed, action, right? So if action is there, then the doer. Campers are doer. And what they did, what did they pack? Their stuff. Detail about the action. Their stuff, detail about the action. When did they pack? In the morning. Again, detail about the action. How did they pack? Quickly or abruptly or slowly? Again, how? Answer to how. So how did they pack? Quickly. So again, detail. So one detail, their stuff is detail about the action, and in the morning is also detail about the action. So we have doer, one status, doer, and we have different other. What did they pack? They packed their stuff. So again, a detail. How was the action done? Quickly. Again, a detail. When did they pack? In the morning. A detail. Okay. And why did they pack? Again, as it started raining. So this portion is again a detail about the action. Okay. That is telling us why. Why did they pack? Okay. So what, how, when, why are the details of an action. Got it? So far, look, we learned how many status did we see? Doer, object or detail. Object is also a detail about the action, right? So, and another owner or possessor and subject, right? This is repetition, doer again, and these are details, right? So we learned that so far, how many positions we encountered? Doer of the act, right? Or if action is not there, if in this sentence, look, remember in this sentence, action is not there. But if action is not there, then the sentence is about some ism, right? And that word is the subject, okay? So if action is there, doer of the act, or if action is not there, then the subject of a sentence. Then we came across detail of an act, okay, or object. And another position that we saw is owner or possessor, right? Or if when you are looking at the translation of an Arabic sentence, if you see any word that comes after of, that is the owner or the possessor. Okay. Now we come to know the three status of an ism. So in Arabic grammar, there are three status of an ism: Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. Okay. Repeat after me, because this is very, very, very important. I'm telling you, the status of an ism is an important topic, and understanding its understanding helps you a lot learning Arabic. So Rafa, Nasab, Jar. So Rafa isms are those who are either doer of the action or the subject of the sentence. Okay. If an ism is the doer of the act, or if you in a sentence you don't find an action, then the subject of that sentence is Rafa. Rafa, that's status is Rafa, the doer of the act and or the subject of the sentence. That's Rafa. Status Rafa. Okay. And then if you find detail of an act, what was why the action was done, when was the action done, how was the action done, all these details are, or the object, direct object, are nasab in status. Okay, so all the details of an act or the object are nasab in status. And possessive, the third status is jar status. Jar status in English we call possessive case, or possessive status, and that is which type of word, which type of ism are jar in a status? The owner or possessor in the sentence, or the word after of. If you can see a word of in the sentence, so any word after of is the owner, and that is in jar status. Okay. So let's go back to these sentences and see if we can find, like if we can assign some status, okay? Wrote, there's an action, okay? So this is fail, right? And then she, right? Hold on, let me. If we find doer, if we find a Rafa ism, then I'm gonna color it green, okay? So over here is the action. Who is the doer? She, okay? She. So she is Rafa in status, okay? Now this one. Was riding is the fail action. Who the doer of the action? He. So he is Rafa, okay? So he is Rafa. Just leave this. Yes, the sun rises in the east. Rises is fail action. Doer is sun. So sun is Rafa. New York is a busy city. So do you find an action over here? You don't find. So when you don't find an action, then you look for the subject of the sentence. So what is the subject of the sentence? New York, right? So New York is Rafa in status. So you can either color green or write R over here. Everywhere when you see doer or the subject of the sentence, then you write R. Sorry, this. Okay. So he loves, again, action. Doer is he. So he is Rafa in his status. The status of he in this sentence is Rafa. They finished all their homework in time. So finished, again, an action, and they are Rafa in status. Okay, let's see what details are there. Wrote an interesting story, right? So what did she write? Story. This is object. Object is nasab. So I'm gonna write N over here. And then he was riding a bike. Okay. So what was he riding on? Bike. That's a detail of an action. So bike is nasab in status. Sun rises in the east. Where does it rise? It rises in this east. So in the east is nasab in status. Okay. Then if there is an action, then there would be details, right? So loves is an action, and where does he love to drive? In hilly areas, right? So that's a nasab in hilly areas. Again, their homework is again detail or the object. And when did they finish? In time. How did they finish? Actually, how did they finish? They finished in time. So in time is again another detail. That is also nasab. Got it? For jar, I think the sentence, we don't have sentence off here, but these are the examples, okay? So inshallah, we are going to do further exercises next time. And so far, what did we learn? Okay, let's go up. Oh, I have to, hold on. I have to erase all these then. Yeah. Okay. So we can just recap what we learned so far today. No, this is the recap. This was the recap. Okay, recap of the first lesson. But in today's lesson, we learned that there are 4 properties of an ism, and which are status, number, gender, and type. Okay, and in status, we learned that there are 3 status in Arabic grammar: Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. Whenever I ask you which that the ism is Rafa, Nasab, or Jar, you are just going to write R for Rafa, N for Nasab, and Jar, J for Jar. Okay, so the status can be Rafa, Nasab, or Jar, and number can be either singular, dual, or plural. Wahid, tasniya, or jama. Gender can be masculine and feminine, and type can be common noun or proper noun. Isme nakra and isme marfa. And then in status, we learned that again 3 types of status: Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. Rafa is ism. If an ism is a doer of an action, then the status is Rafa. It's the status of that ism is Rafa. If there is no action in that sentence, then the subject of that sentence is Rafa in status. Okay. So if an ism is the subject of a sentence, then it is Rafa in status. All the details of the action, direct in object or indirect, all detail of an action are nasab in a status. And in a sentence, if there is a possessive case, the owner is mentioned with an ism, then the owner or the word after of is jar in status. Okay, so that's the recap of lesson 2. Hope you understood. You have understood well. Inshallah, if you have any question, you can ask me and we can discuss in the next session. Inshallah.